Deshaun Watson in his second game back are visiting the Cincinnati Bengals. You know how I feel about the Bengals. 3 weeks in a row on the Bengals, on the Bengals, on the Bengals. Made my exact decision last week. I just think Joe Burrow is so special, really manages the game. And I don't mean that in a pejorative way. He just understands the flow and the rhythm and is unafraid in the moments where you cannot show fear. What's interesting about this game, 85% of the bets are on the Bengals at -6. The money is relatively split. So what that's telling me is that wise guys are coming in on the Browns at +6, and I kind of buy it. I would
Yeah,
bet the Browns here.
people are gonna notice a theme. Me and Chad, we had a couple favorites we loved last week. This week is just I love a lot of dogs, and this is one of them. People remember one of my bigger bets. I think it might have been a Simon Says play. Was that Browns at home on Halloween against the Bengals? I think it was 3.5. Same exact scenario. The Browns team looked awful the week before. The Bengals were getting all the hype in the world, right? They just had a big win. It's another game of I'm not backing Watson. This is more of a back of their defense for some reason matches up really well against what Joe Burrow and this offense wants to do. And in Joe's career, I'd have to look, but I think he is 0-4 straight up and ATS against.
Never beaten the Browns.
Right. I think that is right, though. I think he's never beaten the Browns in his early career. And he might have missed a game because that ACL tear, but in the games he's played, he's just struggled against this defense for some reason. The way they scheme it with their cornerbacks and their safeties, and Myles Garrett always plays well against the Cincinnati front line. It is a really bizarre matchup in that sense, but just off not going off any of that, this number should be 4. Like this number is ballooned up on what we just talked about. Joe is he's going to be that guy this week talked about MVP. Like, I'm not sure what his odds were at the start of the week and now what they are. But you have a game like that, what he had against the Chiefs, which was not perfect, but close to it. Like, anytime they needed a third down, a big play, Joe kept doing it. And like Chad just talked about, he's been doing it for weeks now. They're on a really hot run. 10-1, their last 11 ATS. It's incredible what this team has done. But this number is inflated. And it's inflated in the number in a divisional game. I always back the dog on those sides. So I wanted to be on the Bengals. I was hoping the value would come down because Watson was back. And I was like, maybe this will open at 3.5. I could grab that. It didn't. It opened up at like 6.5. Staying at 6, maybe it's going to drop a little bit, but I'd grab that 6 now just to be safe.